Good morning, good morning. This is Pigsy doing another video. I'm going to a birthday party later today. So I'm dressed a little different. But it's nice, it's a bit like MGTOW stuff, it's what we can do. Look like the business. Got the rings, got my Leo one. I got this one, it's like a wedding ring actually. Sounds like Moroccan wedding ring. Little finger. I've got the luck of someone's marriage. It's magic again, huh? Where the things of power from other people. I had an interesting dream last night. I was just coming out of it and something said, what about past lives? Now I was half asleep and I really wouldn't be thinking coming out what's the importance of past lives. But I started telling this bloke about a past life that I'm not aware of. It's basically a miner in Tennessee, and somebody said, "What did you die of?" And I said it was the big C. So I must have had cancer in the past, and it was due to the mining. A lot of chemicals or something that was using. It was one of the main causes. So I'd have to look at that. Maybe I was digging up asbestos. Actually, that's a prime killer. And it was something about Silverdale or Silver something. So I could just basically look up on a map. Does it correlate anywhere or anything? If it does, it's an opening like a doorway. So when I was younger, I was a teenager. There's all this stuff about if you looked in the mirror and you said Bloody Mary and all these sorts of things, you get cursed and all these other things would go on. But I had this thing where I went in the dark room of my parents' bedroom, and she's got like this dressing table, large mirror, and I stare in the dark. So there was some light, but it wasn't completely dark. It wasn't completely light either. It was a dark room, and I could make out my facial features. Anyway, I'd stare at my face until my face would fade away, and then what I could see was another man's face there, an older guy. And something was said that you can only do it so many times. You can sort of look at yourself, and you'll see your past regression. You'll see your previous face. But the thing that used to freak me out in a dark room is when I'd stare at a point, I used to feel there was something in the room with me. And nowadays it's not such a big deal. I mean, I take it as some sort of magical entity, like jinn or something. And jinn is anything that's the unseen, and the smokeless fire and stuff. So it's just like like a shadow basically. And there's the association that is to do with fire itself, because it's difficult to understand what's going on there. So yeah, it's an interesting experience, and it's quite nice to backtrack past lives, backtrack and past. Yeah, so it's kind of in a bizarre way, going back into the past. What else has been going on? So I've had some tech issues, so I've got to play around some video trying to get them resolved. It's either something that's on my mobile phone. So it could be some sort of rogue app or something, or there's some restrictions on YouTube, because there's so much going on at the moment. The world's turned upside down. My advice, if the media's upsetting you, just switch off from it. You don't have to keep watching stuff that starts upsetting you, because people get all anxious, like, oh, I heard they're not going to get a vaccine for ages. It's because they keep saying, it's like Punch and Judy, they keep telling you one thing and then they tell the other, and, oh no they don't, oh yes I do. It's all this sort of mentality. It's just a circus. They say all they want is you to give them more money, and they can keep the plate spinning, so to say, and so to speak. My brain's a bit gone. I did something actually. I did a fast type thing where instead of eating any food, I was having things like anything I could have carbohydrates in liquid form, but I wasn't eating any solid. I wasn't having any protein or fat. Virtually, it was just I was having cups of tea, so there's a little bit there. but I was mainly having, like I say, fizzy drinks. I had like a Red Bull or something, and then I was drinking Cherry 8. It was an awful combination for your stomach. And it was just really getting my liver down. My liver was a bit swollen, and I was just drinking. I thought, well, what happens if you just have that? Because I had, I think previous night I had loads of meat, and I'd done it for 2 days, and I don't know if it's done any good for me or any harm. I did yesterday. I did though, because I was saying stuff, and the phrases were slightly wrong. You know, these cliche phrases. I had to think about the construction of them rather than pulling them out of memory. And so I might have said things that were slightly wrong, you know. Like it's your way or the highway, it might be your way and someone else's way. And you think, well, let's say highway, well, what's happened there? So it's a good day. I mean, I wouldn't worry too much, there's plenty of opportunity. I was having some dark thoughts earlier as well. I don't want to really because you might manifest them, keep focusing on them. I've got some enemies, I'd love to cave their head in or something, you know. I had some guy and he stuck dead cats under my parents' back of their car. And the thing is, I knew it's somebody I used to know in work. He was an arsehole. He used to pretend he was nice to my face, but then try to do weird things behind my back. Because he was basically ripping off the firm, and I was doing security work. Didn't like it. I was getting paid more than him, and he was taking backhanders from builders and stuff. But what he did is he stuck these cats there, and for some reason he didn't think we could figure out it was him, because basically he had a tracking chip in one of them, and the other one, I think, responded to, they put an ad or something about a missing cat. And so both the owners are tracked back to the same bloody road, the same area. And it's over a mile away from my parents, so it's sort of, well, why would a cat travel that far and then lay down dead underneath my dad's back wheel? The idea was that he'd run him over and somehow I'd upset him or something, or it was an attempt to attack me in some way. I don't live there, so he's attacking my father. But I know this guy's a bit of a fruitcake. His dad died of cancer when he was younger, and he'd always tell you about that, and he'd say, you know what, everyone's got cancer. I mean, if you've got a mole on your arm, he's pointing out and say, that's cancer, you know. And I just ignore him. I just knew something was wrong with him. I mean, he's bloody 50 years old. But these people exist, and you think to yourself, well, with this panicking corona and stuff, just run him over. Saw him. And so I don't know. He just ran out of the road. I don't know what's going on. Or something. I don't know. But you can't. The thing is, it's pulling you back into this negative energy, and I don't want to be there. I'm this better person. You know, I could have done a lot of naughty stuff in there before, but actually, what am I doing? Come on. I just realised that he's got his bloody birthday party stuff. Right, okie dokie. I better get off this video, but actually park the car and have a good one. Alright, cheers, bye.